the demonstrator for the airplane, or I should say aircraft, that we're about to see come into our box in just a moment. The MV-22 Osprey. And its Air Force cousin, the CV-22.
Transition out right now.
Tell you what, look at what we got. Here, we can put this on right now. And that turns the propellers or the rotor, so to, or however it is.
Yes, sir.
Zero nacelle means it's full airplane.
Yes, sir. It's at 0 degrees, full airplane, and going fast as it wants.
Now that, you can't take off and land with it as a full airplane because those rotors are a little on the large side.
Yes, sir. That's a 38-foot diameter of the rotors, and they actually extend 9 feet past the bottom of the fuselage.
So that makes it important for the pilot to be able to transition and be kind of a dual role pilot. TC, the pilot, who's flying the aircraft today, by the way?
Today we have Captain Seth Flesh Grant. He's piloting, and he's also with Captain Cooper.
So Flesh is out there and he's working hard with his left thumb to turn it from an airplane into a helicopter right now.
That's correct. In helicopter mode, we have all the same control uses that a helicopter does, but we have one extra component, which is our left thumb, and that's what's actually controlling the nacelle rate. You can see right now he's gone from the 0 that he was in airplane, and right now he's probably at about 92 nacelle.
So that's 92 degrees. He's actually got the nacelles going past the vertical, so it helps him slow down and then go back up.
That's correct. We have capability of bringing back to 96, so 6 degrees past the 90-degree position, which allows us to do backwards hover, and also lets us obviously slow down on any of our...
How many engines do they generate for you?
Both engines, they actually radiate about 6,150 shaft horsepower. That's a component of that engine actually transferring all that power from the engine forward through the engine up to the gearbox rotors.
They are jet engines, Brentwood jet engines? Rolls-Royce, okay. And that used to be Allison and Rolls-Royce, and yes, another historic encouragement that is just kind of amazing that it took 60 years to do it. But the Rolls-Royce engines, what happens, God forbid, if one of the engines fails?
Well, if one of the engines fails, we actually have what's called our interconnecting drive shaft system, which we can power both rotors from just one engine. It runs all the way through the wing.
Now, TC, when this aircraft is being flown as an airplane, it's pretty simple.
It's pretty simple. It works just like any other airplane. There's nothing magic about it when it's flying an airplane.
But flying a helicopter is kind of, especially hovering a helicopter, is kind of like standing on a beach ball, rubbing your tummy and patting your head all at the same time. Do you, as a pilot of the MV-22 Osprey, run into the same kind of issue? Do you have to learn like to fly like a helicopter pilot too?
Definitely, as with every naval aviator, we all take kind of the same basic route. The only difference is we have to take one extra step. We learn on fixed-wing aircraft, and then we're transitioned over to helicopters. And I actually did fly about 50 hours on helicopters to learn how to hover, and then I go back to a multi-engine training on a fixed wing.
Is this, what's the load carrying capability of this thing, TJ? Is it a heavy lifter?
No, it's a medium lift. Externally, we can carry up to a maximum of 12,500 pounds externally. Plus,
Now, is that, when you say externally, is that equipment or is that armament?
it's equipment that we have a pendant that hangs down from the middle of the aircraft, where we can actually go over and hover over it. At the ground, we still got the equipment that we can actually take off with that sitting outside the airplane.
You lift a Humvee with it?
Yes, sir.
And what about inside?
Inside, we carry 24 combat loaded troops, plus any amount of equipment that we need.
Now, TC, I know that this is also qualified to fly aboard aircraft carriers, right?
That's right. Any Marine Corps aircraft that we have in our inventory is required to be able to go on an aircraft carrier, which was an interesting concept that they came out with, because obviously, as you can see right now, the wingspan takes up a lot of space on ship.
A lot of real estate. Now, back from World War II, they folded wings up, they folded wings back, and even in the NH-53 helicopter, they can fold the rotors back and then bend the tail around to get more space, to get more aircraft on. This looks like it would be nigh unto impossible to
actually a push-button system. It's all automatic. It can be stowed in the position you see right now. When we hit the lift stop, you actually push them up, and the rotors will fold themselves up. The engines will start moving down to the down position, and then the wing will actually rotate 90 degrees so that the engine will be placed over the windscreen. The other engine will be back on the tail.
So this 70-some foot, let's see, 38, 74, gosh, probably 80 feet of horizontal space folds up to an area not as wide as the twin tails. Is that right?
Yes, sir. It folds up to about, I believe it's about 18 foot width and 63 foot length, where we can store about a good number of aircraft on carrier.
Remarkable stuff. And you guys have been involved. You guys have been deployed to Afghanistan, to Iraq, and all over the place, haven't you?
Yes, sir. The mission Osprey has been proven time and time again in many combat roles. Recently been off to Libya picking up a down F-15 pilot, saving him, and also has been very successful in Afghanistan with multiple deployments and Iraq.
Tyler, how long have you been flying it?
I've been flying for about a year and a half now.
And where's home for you? What did you do before you became a Marine Corps Osprey pilot?
I'm from Colorado. I actually came up enlisted as a Huey crew chief, and I made a transition off to officer and became a pilot.
So that's why you have this special appreciation for the crew chief, doesn't he?
Yes.
Because yesterday he made the remark, so yeah, the crew chief knows everything, right? And you do
Yes,
have
sir.
to know a lot, don't you?
Yes, sir. We have to know pretty much all the systems. That way, if something goes wrong in the air, we're the subject matter experts to where we can fix it if needed.
Now, let me go back to you, Tyler, on this. When you're flying an airplane, you've got, in your left hand, you've got your throttle or your power lever. In the right hand, you got the flight stick that comes up through the floorboards between your knees, and that controls left, right, up, and down. And your power, fast, slow. Your feet control the rudder, so it helps you yaw and turn and coordinate the turn. But in a helicopter, it's totally different. While the pedals will control which way it looks, left or right, the cyclic or the joystick doesn't do quite the same thing it does in a fixed-wing airplane, and the power lever becomes something totally different. In service with the Corps?
We actually started using it and deploying it about 10 years ago, and has had a great safety rating ever since then, and haven't had any malfunctions at all that have caused any mishaps.
Now, I will tell you that sometimes the news media has said some things that have given it a kind of a checkered reputation, but I also am told that that it is not really a more extensive accident rate than other aircraft that have been in development.
No, it's not. And every aircraft has issues when it's first being developed, and those have been worked out, and it's actually got the best safety rating of any rotary wing aircraft in the Marine Corps right now.
All right, so the thumb's the thing. I mean, you got both hands and feet working, but the thumb's the thing that makes the nacelles work and turns it from one to the other, and it's remarkable what you guys do. Thank you for your service. Tyler, Kesterson, and Dustin Davis, thank you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for your United States Marine Corps MV-22 Osprey. Thanks, fellas.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
See you tomorrow, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys. Well, we've got lots more to come as we continue here at the 2012 Joint Service Open House. I just had my ear on our air boss. If you're looking at the Jumbotrons, you'll be able to see this quite well. Just about. Here we go. Back of the airplane. Let's see. There, you can see right through. Yep, team leader is out there, and they'll climb through, and they're going to do the streamer drop in just a moment as we continue to thank some of our great partners here, including with Captain Seth Flesh Grant, Captain James Cooper Holt, Captain Chris Papa Ferris, Sergeant Daniel Hamilton, and Sergeant Frank. Don't try to catch them. They are weighted at the bottom, and if you try to catch it, they will sting you, and we don't want that to happen. So please, make sure you don't try to catch them. But if they do touch the ground, then they are going to be yours to